Hora de leer. I press my thumb down on the lock, and Grandma's box opens with a light mechanical clink. The lamp on the desk shines. Let me read. The lamp on the desk shines over yellowed papers. The ones at the top of the pile appear to contain experimental data with diagrams. Diagrams, no? Diagrams. Diagrams? Observation log. Observation log. The subject's heart has been stable for the past 72 hours. Preliminary assessments indicate fusion with the ether core was successful. AC fluctuation test number 1. The energy fluctuation value of the ether core has reached level 2. The subject's heart is stable. AC fluctuation test number 2. The energy fluctuation value of the ether core has reached level 3. The subject's heart is stable. Fusing a protocol with a human heart? Why did Grandma have records about an illegal experiment like this? It is also the first time I've heard of a protocol called an ether core. Could it be related for the one the association is looking for? I jotted down the name of this special protocol and continued to read the files. The next few sheets report similar data. The last sheet, however, is handwriting instead of typed. AC fluctuation test number 12. The energy fluctuation value of the ether core has reached level 7. The subject is showing abnormal signs. Warning, stop it! The messy red handwriting ends with 3 startling exclamation marks. This looks like Grandma's handwriting. As I read the documents, a feeling of dread fills the room. Gender, female, age 7-8, evil, Unhausen class. There's no name in the subject information category, but there's enough to make an educated guess. Unhausen class evil. Could this test subject be me? Questions and answers interlocked like chains in my mind. The sweet grandma I knew has revealed a side of her I didn't know she had. Could the test subject in these records be me? As the initial shock subsides, I hesitate for a moment, then pick up the phone to call the only person who might have an answer.
Did something happen?
Zane, I need to ask you a question. Sensing the urgency in my voice, Zane's voice also became serious.
I'm listening.
Yo estoy escuchando todo, mierda. It's about my heart. Is the protocol fragment in it the same as the ones in the other protocol syndrome patients? I just went through the stuff Randall left me. The voice on the other end of the phone is silent. Zane seems to be thinking about how to respond.
It certainly is a strange protocore fragment. After reviewing your condition, I've tried to find similar cases. But as far as I'm aware, you are the only one.
Is that because it's the ether core? You're my primary care physician. Grandma also entrusted you to give me these papers. She must have a good reason.
It's only been 6 months since she passed. Regardless, aside from its name, I don't know much about it. The fragment in your heart has been there for a long time. Perhaps there's someone who can provide us with information. You remember Dr. Noah?
The person Zen is talking about was the previous chief medical officer of Oxo Hospital. He is an old acquaintance of Grandma Zane's teacher. He, he is also the first doctor to treat my heart disease. If anyone knows something about the files Grandma left, it's him.
Dr. Noah is currently doing a personal research project in Snowcrest. If you want to meet him, I can help you get in touch. However, the weather in that area has been quite unpredictable as of late. The train to Snowcrest is often unavailable. I suggest visiting him in 2 weeks.
I don't have the time. Alright, I'll think about it. I try my best to sound nonchalant, but I already made up my mind. Snow-kissed coffee, 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 coffee. Viva el café.
So you're already in the Arctic? Did anyone go with you?
Don't worry, I'm just going to relax at Snowcrest. I'll be back in a few days.
Really? That's good. If you kept working so much, they'd need to install an anti-workaholic mechanism in the watch.
See,
Have fun on your vacation.
yeah, I'll get some souvenirs for you. I end the call with Tara. Outside, the blizzard has stopped. The sky appears more vivid than in other places. The dazzling blue hues cascade past the snow-capped mountains.
Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that the next train to Snowcrest has been cancelled. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Vaya por Dios! We are currently in the middle of travel season. After hearing the announcement, the people on the platform dragged their luggage back to the waiting room and grumbled. After getting Dr. Noah's contact info from Zane yesterday, I immediately scheduled a meeting for today. Watching the time tick away on my phone, I approached the counter, unwilling to give up on my journey. Excuse me, are there other ways to get to the Snowcrest besides taking the Boreas Express?
We still don't know if the train has been cancelled because of the weather or for another reason. For your safety, please wait.
1 cheesecake and 1 croissant, please. Thank you.
A familiar voice reaches my ears. Surprised, I turn around and spot Zane at a cafe nearby. Cafe, 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 cafe. Zane? His fingers pause over the glass display. Zane looks at me, but he doesn't seem surprised.
It's you.
Yo, sí, digo. I immediately regret calling out to him. I try to suppress my guilt and wave at him. I pretend it's just a normal day. Why are you here?
There's been a new development in Dr. Noah's research. He asked me to visit him a week ago.
After answering my poor excuse of a question, Zane's gaze shifts back to the freshly baked bread on the counter.
He's not as young as he used to be and can't always do things alone anymore. I help him whenever I'm not too busy with work. Would you like to eat something together?
Quiero comer, digo, un poco de decencia, sí, ahora por favor. Thanks, I'll get a sandwich then. Sandwich.
Sir, the 2 lattes you ordered are ready. Here are to go.
As Zane is about to pay, I beat him to it. It's on me, since we're both stuck at the station. Why don't we keep each other? I noticed the 2 lattes on the counter and suddenly realized there's something off. Why did you get 2 lattes? He makes a soft and takes one of the lattes from me. The hot steam roots the smell on his face.
Did I say we met by chance?
Lo tenía todo planeado. Sí, yo digo sí. Y así también hago un pis. Que tengo pis. What are you saying, Babylon? By the way, I have some orange juice. Oh, I read it. I read it. That's good. Let your BF be here. And if there's anyone who is enjoying this stream, they can follow me for news and it's a fish. It's Raphael, okay. There is only one flight from Lincoln City to the Arctic. Okay. He can't identify. Wait, what? Snowcrest were. Let me read. Snowcrest, where Dr. Noah isn't that far from this train station. But because of how undeveloped the transportation system is in this vast, sparsely populated region, we can only take this particular train to go there. The display screen hanging overhead. They don't let me read. The display screen hanging overhead shows rows and rows of red delay notices. The number of people in the waiting room decreases. As we wait, my man recalls the files Rama left me. Okay. Thanks, Instagram. There must be secrets behind it that are connected to me. Maybe it can also explain that explosion.
What are you thinking about?
You. Saint's voice interrupts my drifting thoughts. I force a smile. I'm thinking about what an ether core is and why it was fused with my heart. What if I'm a dangerous experiment that escaped from a secret lab? Maybe armed men in suits will suddenly appear to take me away in a few seconds. Zane listens to my wild thoughts without interrupting me. Well, a few seconds have passed and nothing happened.
Maybe you'll get your answers when we arrive in Snowcrest.
Besame, digo. Zane gently comforts me, as if sensing my fear.
The protocore energy in your heart has always been stable. It can form an invisible shield to protect your heart when you're attacked. You also haven't become as weak as other patients with protocore syndrome. In other words, it's a power made just for you.
It was made just for me?
You won't have to worry about it anytime soon. You'll live for a long time. Long enough to find out the truth.
Marry me! I put my hand over my chest, trying to feel for anything weird with my heartbeat. Will the person who put the ether core in my heart want it back one day? And I know who that is! I know that person. I know who I know who. Really, it will be that long?
I'm not surprised. We'll have to spend the night in a hotel near the station.
Spend the night? I see. A group of fully geared hunters rushes past us. Their evil ray guns in their hands are glowing blue. They're clearly charged. To be armed, and it's the delay caused by wanderers.
Let's get going. Heard wanderers showed up in the dispatch center.
That sucks. I wanted to see the Aurora and Snowcrest.
They pick up their luggage and follow the very apologetic staff to a nearby hotel. I stayed on the bench. Zane wants to get up, but stops after glancing at me.
Are we not leaving?
Those hunters are on a mission. They must have a way to get to wherever they need to go, no matter how bad the weather is. An idea pops into my mind. I grab Zane by the arm and chase after them. Let's help out. Moving out.
Thanks a bunch. The dispatch center was quite crowded. Lincoln hunters like yourself have more experience in evacuating people and preparing for battle.
Don't mention it. We all learn from one another.
The magnetic field here is unique. Wanderers usually hang around the snowfield and mountains. They only started appearing in crowded places recently. It's probably because...
Yes. Gameplay is such a... like, you have adrenaline, as I have to say. He smiles and trails off. That information is probably classified.
Judging from the scale of the damage at the dispatch center, no trains will be leaving from today onward. You guys are headed for Snowcrest, right? If you'd like, we can lend you a transport vehicle. It'll be bumpy, but it can traverse the snowy terrain.
Kemar. You have my gratitude.
It's parked right outside the train station. Come with me.
That happens. It happened to me, okay, it happened to me. But at the very beginning of the game, but I learned how to play like fastly. Abyss Walker gameplay is so pretty. It starts to snow outside. Zeng and I stand in a freezing wind. A majestic four dogs lay in front of us. The dogs are all handsome and have thick fur. Their height is around half an average person's.
What do you think? It's a specialty here. Treat it like a tourist experience.
That happens to everyone, Babylon. Because you have to know the game. If you are so into it, you master the game. I have mastered some gameplay, like God of Tides, for Seer. For Seer, I have learned how to play somehow. But also, Abyss Sovereign, also I have to learn how to play with that gameplay. In on the Abyss that you have on Battle, the game gives you the opportunity to play with one of the myths to learn how to play. If you haven't it.
It's up to you now. My team is leaving. See ya!
Hasta luego. Another cold gust blows past us. I look at Zane quietly and smile sheepishly. We want to be able to make it to Snowcrest tonight. Maybe we should just find a hotel nearby. Zane hops onto the sleigh and grabs the reins effortlessly with his gloved hands.
Get on.
¿Dónde? So you know how to drive. I mean, ride it. Ride me. I'm ovulating.
Not all
Sorry.
were accompanied by medical staff. I've ridden these sleighs a few times.
Well, those are actual dogs.
You're on the deluxe Snow Dog. The auto-driving system has been fully upgraded. Please select one of the following to start your adventure. Sightseeing. Full speed ahead. Children-friendly.
No acordaba que los perros tenían como un... It can talk? I stumble as I board the sleigh and almost fall onto the snow. Zane grabs my arm just in time. In the howling wind, Zane glances at me through his goggles. His voice, muffled by his scarf, carries a hint of mirth.
Shall we get going?
Yes. Please drive safely. After passing through the vast snowfields, the terrain becomes even more mountainous. At the end of the horizon is Snowcrest shrouded in dusk. The sleigh dogs start the journey back immediately. I rub my slightly wind-burnt face and walk to Zane. Judging from how well you steer, you're definitely not someone who helps out a few times a year. You're like a local. What did Dr. Noah say? Should we go directly to him or...
He said he's busy at the moment and can't pick us up in person. But...
Zane pauses, curious. I meet his gaze.
He's arranged our pickup ride.
Doctor no está juntando estos dos. A snow-white silhouette suddenly appears between us. I want one of that. What is that? A cutie.
I almost forgot how clingy he is.
In response, the white creature leaps off from the flower bed and lands on Zane's luggage. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Only now do I see a little white fox. Zane closes his eyes and if hit by a migraine. When he opens his eyes, his expression returns to normal.
You've gained weight, Pi.
Se llama Tarta. Se llama Tartita. Se llama Tartita. You two know each other?
He is Dr. Noah's pickup ride.
Enigmatic gate.
Pi.
What? The fox ignores Zane's but paws at the canned pet food cane Zane had brought from Lincoln City. In this cold, soulless world where advanced technology reigns supreme, it's surprising to see gluttonous creatures like you. Here, eat as much as you want. I kneel down to pat the little fox's head. He turns to rub against me affectionately before eating more food.
He loves food, but not the person who
Take
bought it.
this food. You are so cute. Take. He loves Did Nocturnoa name him Pie because his favorite dessert is white pie?
When Dr. Noah adopted him, he ate 6 pies in one go.
I see. I can't help but chuckle. Zane lifts the Pie's right leg to check something. There's a little thing strapped onto it. What is that?
A tag.
For a vaccination? I suddenly feel like Pie isn't simply Dr. Noah's pet. Zane has always kept a tight lid on his polar-related research. He calls it a vacation or visit to his teacher. There are two myths of Zane, okay? There are two myths, okay? Ay. There are two myths of Zane, okay? There is Forzier. That is the myth that I have. That is the permanent one, okay? That is this, okay? When you meet and he gazes at you so seriously and angrily, and there's also Master of Fate, okay, that is the promotional one. That is the promotional one, okay? That yes, Zane is like a diviner one, a clarivident one, the one that is talking to gods, okay? Because he can talk to gods and that's it, okay? Because in every myth, okay, Xavier has rejected his crown to her beloved, to his beloved. Zane, on the myth, have betrayed gods to be with his beloved. Raphael betrayed his old people, sacrificed his old people to be with his beloved, becoming Avis Walker. I think that's the chronological line of Raphael's route. Silas one just Silas has sacrificed his soul to be with his beloved, okay, his soul or his whole being. He was cursed, okay, and in the Caleb one, I don't know, but he sacrificed himself and herself to be together. I don't know. I just I just have to read all Caleb myths. Okay, Caleb myths. Caleb is like the obsessed one, and the I can't be with her because if I'm with her, and if I love her, I just die. I have two myths. Two myths. Well, two myths. Yes, two myths. I have Farseer. I have Farseer, and I have Abyss Walker. And I have Abyss Walker, okay? I have Dragon, o sea, I have Silas Dragon. Um, I have one of the Silas Dragon myth that is this, okay? That is this. This one I have. But I don't have the other one, okay? I have the other one. I don't have the kiss one. Because there is the spicy one and then is the romantic one. And I have the spicy one. Okay, so, and I have the Relentless Conqueror. I have this because of the outfit, okay? I love the outfit. I love how is the outfit. Look at him. I mean it. I just loved. I just love him. I love all the outfits of Silas. But all of one. All of them. What has he and Dr. Noah been researching, and why does it have to be done in such a cold place? I don't know. Oh, mierda.
Pi is very special. He's as intelligent as a 9-year-old child. Don't be fooled by his cute, innocent appearance.
Tarde. With a poker face, Zane blocks Spice's attempt to pick up another can and taps the fox head.
You only get 1 can of snacks per day. Go on now.
Pi leads us swiftly through the streets. It takes a while, but we finally arrive at the place where Dr. Noah lives. Before we can enter the front yard, we hear the sound of some creature whining and struggling.
There, the pain is gone now.
Little animals run around, stirring up snow and dirt. An old man wearing a large coat. Platillo volante. Ah, los artefactos. Pues donde nubilé. Abajo. Ese de ahí. Ese no. Ese.
Zane, what are you waiting for? Help me.
One second.
Huh? There is a hint of metaflux in the air. Is it from the mink? Mink. Before I can ask, Zane traps a bunch of black furballs scurrying about the yard with an ice skate he creates.
Are there other escapees?
No. I messed up my yard again.
Zane gauges another few animals in the same way and puts them back in the cages.
Does the antagonist no longer work?
Its effectiveness was shortened by a week. It seems the metaflux around this area is increasing again. Oh, hello. Long time no see.
Dr. Noah dusts off the snow on his knees, gets up, and walks over with a wide smile on his face.
Come on in. It'll be warmer inside.
Tipo, me estoy muriendo de frío. Ether core.
How's the fish? It's not much, but I caught it myself.
No lo sé. Ni idea. This is the first time I've eaten a very sweet fish. It has a unique flavor.
Dr. Noah is very old, so his taste buds don't work anymore.
After dinner, we sit in front of the fireplace together. Having eaten his fill, Pi sleeps between me and Zane. Like father and mother. Marry me, Zane. Dr. Noah puts on his spectacles and studies the files I brought.
So your grandmother told you everything.
All she left me was this box of files. The rest I can only speculate. Is the protocol in my heart really an ether core? And was it placed there on purpose?
I don't know why or how the process was done, but in regards to the protocore, even a minimally invasive surgery can leave behind traces.
Dr. Noah looks up at me with expectant eyes.
If I had to guess, it might be your innate strength.
How can that...
There are countless, seemingly impossible hypotheses behind every scientific conclusion. Before the Evol gene emerged, no one believed they could wield the power of nature.
But our experiments have a purpose. What could the ether core in my heart possibly prove?
What were they trying to prove?
The old man laughs dryly and shakes his head.
Why do you think people want to go inside the deep space tunnel?
For husbands, I mean.
Some things are attractive by simply existing. Unwrap, some are willing to do anything to achieve their goals. So, don't let anyone know about your ether core.
I know one that knows that so hard and is... Well, I haven't told everyone, Grandma is... I try to suppress the pain in my heart and compose myself. The person responsible for this will find me sooner or later. That's why I needed to know that... That's... Puede. Como sustituto, sí. Sí. That's why I needed to know what makes the ether core so special. You say there are people willing to do anything to achieve their goals. Who exactly?
Ether was originally something philosophers came up with. The fifth element, so to speak. No one can prove or disprove ether exists. Maybe that's the reason your grandmother called it ether. A mysterious energy that surpasses the other protocores. Anyone who knows about it will desire it.
And anyone who has it will pay the price? Will pay the price. The ether core is at the center of an intricate web. What happened to my family is just one thread of it. As if sensing my thoughts, Dr. Noah gently pats me on the shoulder.
Don't worry about it too much. They shouldn't be able to find you anytime soon. The amount of energy in your heart right now is far less than what the experimental data shows. It's possible an accident occurred in the final experiment, which reduced the Aether Core's power.
Reduced the power?
I'm just guessing. This is beyond my field of expertise.
Who else knows about... Who else knows about the experiments?
To better understand your heart's condition, I tried to contact those researchers privately. But most had either died or disappeared. It'd be hard to find any of them today. I do recall your grandmother mentioning one had run away to, N109 zone. They joined on a kindness.
My home. My home where is my husband and my kids. I have twins, okay? On a kindness? I didn't expect to hear that name from him, but after giving it some thought, it makes sense.
Their fellow researchers started dying or disappearing soon after that.
I know the responsible of that. I only knew Grandma used to do scientific research, but she never mentioned what she researched. Our home also didn't have any hints about her past. Dr. Noah, I have one last question about Grandma. Was she the person who put the ether core in my heart?
I don't know. I know very little about your grandmother. But not everyone is lucky enough to do what's right in the beginning. We can only hope we'd have the chance to turn it into something we won't regret.
Dr. Noah puts all the files back into the box and hands it to me.
Maybe this is the choice she made.
snowy tranquility. In the stillness of night, all is quiet except for the muffled crackling of the fireplace. Occasionally a few sparks pop out from the flames, making a crisp sound. After tossing and turning in my bed, I decided to sit in front of the fireplace and go through the files left by Grandma. The ether core, energy incomparable to other protocols. Grandma knew someone might target people related to ether cores. Is that why she kept me in the dark for so long? What should I do now? While my mind is a tangled mess, I hear a rhythmic tapping sound from the French windows, ventanas francesas. As I turn, I see Zane standing there with a thin layer of snow in his hair.
The Aurora?
Will there really be one tonight?
The weather forecast predicted heavy snowfall with cloudy skies, and the KP index is low. It's unlikely we'll see an aurora.
Yo nunca he visto una aurora boreal.
When visiting for the first time, an aurora is required to make the trip worthwhile. Look, the snow has stopped. Only at the very end will someone know if there is a watershed moment.
Until the very end. Yet, Grandma and those researchers, they... But there are people who persist until the very end, only to be defeated.
I meant the aurora.
Same. What's that over there?
Mount Eternal.
Oh. I remember. It had an anomalous protofield a few years back. Dr. Noah chose to live here in the Arctic. For your research project, right?
Not necessarily. My friend sacrificed himself during the protofield anomaly that took place here.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Basta, eres guapísimo. ¿Por qué no eres real, putos píxeles?
To his sacrifice?
Malditos píxeles.
Like a secret?
It was an accident.
No existen los accidentes. No existen los
Do you
accidentes.
think the pain caused by death can truly be forgotten with time?
It cannot. Time can't heal everything, nor can someone simply forget the pain. However, people can become accustomed to sorrow.
Eso es verdad.
But time has...
Eso es verdad lo que ha dicho Zane. Porque el tiempo no lo cura todo, sino que te hace aprender a vivir mejor con el dolor, ¿vale? Y aunque tú tengas heridas del pasado, da igual de cuánto sea.
Aquí son todos béticos. Son béticos. Aquí el 90% son béticos.
Que eso. Que el tiempo no lo cura todo porque no puede curar heridas porque luego alguien te las abre o algo te las abre. Simplemente. Y cuando ves que tú estás viviendo mucho mejor, aunque seas feliz, las heridas siguen ahí, han cicatrizado, sí. ¿Te siguen doliendo? También. Pero vives mejor con el dolor y no lo sufres, sino vives mejor. ¿Por qué? Porque te duele menos. ¿Vale? Porque eso es vivir mejor con algo.
It's helped you and Dr. Noah find things worth living for, hasn't it?
The Aurora.
You're right. An Aurora is required to make an Arctic trip worthwhile.
Now kiss!
We can only
Kiss
enjoy
me!
it for a few moments.
If you're sad, let this stay behind to appreciate the Aurora in your place.
Fotico. I want to marry two men. Kiss me.
Is that snowman supposed to be me?
Mm.
Are you going to stay in Snowcrest for a while longer? Well, I'll leave this with you then. Will the snowman remind you of me?
No. However, when I do think of you, I'll just call.
Señor director, ponga canciones en mi boda, por favor. ¡Por favor!
To give me more doctor's orders? You're a very dedicated physician.
Lo hace porque está enamorado.
After you leave here and return home, you'll likely be quite...
Yeah.
He's in love!
And on a kindness. Let's hope that both of us can find the truth we seek.
Snowy mountain, and this is the last episode of the chapter and the last chapter of the stream. I'm going back to sleep. Good night. Sleep with me. I bid farewell. No me dejan leer. I bid farewell to Saint once we return to the living room. The aurora might have actually put me at ease. A wave of sadness overwhelms me.
Wait.
Mamá, Carmen saluda. He picks up the documents scattered on the sofa. Then he quickly organizes them and hands them to me.
Here. These documents contain information about the energy in your heart and its connection to the ether core. If they're leaked, you might become Onakainis' next target.
And I won't regret it. I love to be their target. Because I want to be haunted by them because I know who's the boss. I know. But why would they kill researchers who work with an ether core? They want to keep its existence a secret?
Perhaps they don't want anyone else to get their hands on it, as they try to obtain one for themselves. Or there are ether cores already in their possession, and they're currently trying to keep it secret.
I pause for a moment and then grab the documents from Zane's hand.
What is it?
You said there could be ether cores in Onakainosu's possession, right? Me. I quickly flip through the documents, and an idea forms in my mind.
I was only speculating.
No, you might be onto something. Found it! Energy at rest. What? 3021.7 EF. Okay. This is my heart's minimum energy output value that corresponds to the ground state of the ether core. It dawns on me. I lift my arm and use the hunter's watch to look through the database on that protocol I found in the no-hunt zone. Uh, 3099.9 EF. The protocol for that protocol. Let me read. The protocol for that protocol and the energy value in its ground state is close to the energy value of the ether core in my heart. Meanwhile, the energy value for ordinary protocols is around 2500 EF. This can't be a coincidence. That protocol is a result of Onakainus using an ether core to modify it. As Dr. Noah said, the ether cores could already be in Onakainus' hands. A tear for Christ snaps me back to reality. Pi circles around me twice and curiously pause at the legates by my feet.
It took a lot of effort to get here. Why not stay for a few more days?
Yes. Thank you, but I want to go back home and double check something. When I have time, I'll visit you again. Then I'll stay until you beg me to leave.
Great. I'll hold you to it. I called a friend. He'll take you to the train station in a bit.
Pi.
Zane walks out of the house, carrying his belongings and beacons Pi to his side.
All set?
It's freezing. Let's go back inside. Pi will be my guide.
Zane exchanges a few words in a low voice with Dr. Noah, and then walks over to me.
Stay safe.
With you, I'm safe. You really aren't coming with me?
What? Did you think I was joking when I said I was here on business?
No, not really. Kiss me. A goodbye kiss. I shift my gaze. The distant snowy mountain in a deep slumber. For some reason, hearing that same plans to venture deep into Mount Eternal reminds me of what he mentioned last night. I still feel uneasy. You take care of yourself and Pi.
I will.
Now kiss me. A goodbye kiss. Pi barks twice at the entrance, and Zane nods to Dr. Noah before turning around and leaving. As Dayvac arrives, everything else is still sleeping. His figure disappears step by step as he heads to the wintry mountain. In bundles wide, he stands out like a long stroke of black paint on a blank canvas, adding a touch of depth and beauty to pure scenery. I blink and notice my vision has become slightly blurry. I rub my eyes and see tiny snowflakes. It's snowing again. No ha habido beso. Me siento frustrada, estafada, engarrañada, timada. And that's it for all of this day. Ok. Ya es eso todo por hoy.